Well, taking our look at 2018 Indie Game Maker contest entries, we have The Raven. Yeah, okay, let's begin exploring, I guess. Time after you read all the letters, you go to the armchair to go to the next room, enjoy the game. Okay, I guess that's the only letter here. Okay, what's this one say? Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." Seriously? We're gonna just read a poem? Okay. Uh, okay. Not sure that's really much of an Easter egg, but whatever. What, they think no one else was gonna try the door? Nothing else here, I guess. Well, oh, it doesn't work now? So you had to check it right then there? Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghosts upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. Yep, it's literally just the poem, as a game. If you want to call this a game, like there's really nothing to do besides just read. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Like, the most game-like thing about this was the Easter egg. Oh, no, there's a raven. We're gonna die. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, or madam, "truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping, tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there and nothing more." Come on, drop it on my head. Kill me. Well, down low now. Deep in that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no more ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, geez, no taken. And the only word there spoke was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Okay, I guess I touched it then. Back in the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window. Latest, let me see, then, what threat is, and this mystery explore. My heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Ah, well now. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, In there stepped a stately raven on the saintly days of yore. Not the least obsequious made he, na minute stopped or stayed he, but with mind of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched on a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Just drop it on my head. Come on. Well, much I marvel this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. We cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as nevermore. The raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul and that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Star out the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken. Doubtless what utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master who unmercifully disaster followed fast and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore. The raven still, beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet, sinking, I took myself to thinking, fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, the fall whose fire eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining with my head at ease, reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated over, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating over she shall pass, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee by these angels he hath sent thee respite, respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nymph, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all ungaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow, laden if within the distant Aidenn, It shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend? I shrieked upstarting, get thee back into thy tempest, and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie they shall have spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Ah, well, maybe this'll break it. Raven are I, and I am the raven forevermore. Ah, it does nothing. Nevermore. Just had to touch it. Well, that's one way to end it, I suppose. I have to say this isn't really much of a game. It's more like like adding a few visual elements to the poem. So it's more like an illustration with you just doing a bit of movement to break things up a bit, so you're not just reading the entire time. Oh well, at least they did something, I guess, right? Till next time, then. See ya.